Hello viewers, today in our botany online classroom we are going to discuss about Mimosaceae family under BSc Life Sciences paper 2 taxonomy. So contents: distribution of the family Mimosaceae, vegetative characters including habit and habitat, root system, stem system, leaf, and floral characters include the characters of the flowers, calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium, fruit, seed, and pollination. And the systematic position of the family is class Dicotyledons, subclass Polypetalae, series Calyciflorae, order Rosalis. And habit and distribution is there are about 56 genera and 2,800 species widely distributed in the tropical and subtropical regions. In India, the family is prevalent in the tropical and subtropical Himalayas and western peninsular India. The best known examples are sensitive plant Mimosa pudica, money tamarind, that means Pethalobia dulce, and species of Acacia and Albizia, etc. So when we consider the habit status, mostly these are trees and shrubs, particularly thorny shrubs, herbs, for example Mimosa pudica, shrubs, for example Mimosa rubicalis or Mimosa hamata, and climbers like Entera, and trees like Acacia and Albizia. Now we see the Mimosa pudica under the section of herbs, and Mimosa rubicalis and Mimosa hamata under the section shrubs, and woody climbers like Entera scandens. These are also called lions, and trees, for example Xylea xylocarpa and Albizia lebec and Samania saman, etc. Now we see the habitat. They are mostly under xerophytic conditions and very few of hydrophytic uh, nature like Neptunia. For example, here we see Neptunia valeracea. This is the hydrophytic plant, belongs to Mimosaceae or Mimosoidae. So the root system, the characters of the under vegetative characters, now we see the characters of the root system. We observe the taproot system which penetrates deep into the soil, and stem, the characters of the stem are stem is usually aerial, erect or scandent, woody climbing in Entera scandens, and also angular, cylindrical in Acacia, Albizia and Prosopis, etc. And stem is armed, that means it contains thorns in case of the Acacia, Peptademia, Prosopis, and unarmed stems are observed in case of the Albizia species. Stems of the climbing species like Entera scandens show anomalous secondary growth and they become winged. Tannin sacs and gum passages are common in the pith and medullary rays of the stem in most of the species of the family. And when we come to the characters of the leaf, leaves are usually colline and ramal and they are arranged alternatively. Stipulate, that means stipules are present, and usually bipinnate. Pulvinate leaf base is observed and usually bipinnate compound leaves are observed. Rarely unipinnate leaves are observed just in case of the Inga dulci, or it is also called as Petalocbium dulci. In some species of acacia, the stipules are modified into spines. In many species of Australian acacia, the leaves are represented by simple green phyllodes. Australian acacia is also called Acacia melanoxylon. There we find the phyllodes, which are the modified leaves. The leaves of Mimosa and Neptunia are sensitive to touch. For example, Mimosa pudica, it is also commonly called as touch me not. And the hydrophytic plant of the family Neptunia, both are sensitive to touch. And in case of the acacia species, stipules are modified into spines as we discussed, and in Acacia spirocephala, stipules are modified as hollow spines which provide shelter to insects. It is called as myrmecophilic. And petiole ends as tendril in case of the Entera, and petiole is modified in case of the Acacia archiliformis and Acacia melanoxylon as a phyllodes. Phyllodes means the rachis of the compound leaf becomes flat and green and it carries out the photosynthesis instead of the leaves. Leaves are deciduous in this case of the Acacia melanoxylon. Now we see the modified stipules in case of the acacia. They are modified as spines, and their stipules are modified as tendrils in case of the Entera. And now we see in Acacia spirocephala the modified stipules, the hollow spines. The hollow spines provide shelter to the ants. So ants, they enter through the hole of the hollow spines. This association is called as myrmecophilic. And we find in Acacia melanoxylon, we find the phyllodes. The rachis of the compound leaf becomes flat and it carries out the photosynthesis in place of the leaves, which are deciduous. And usually leaves are unipinnate in case of the Inga dulci or Petalocbium dulci, and leaves are bipinnate in case of the Acacia species, Proso species, Albizia species and Mimosa species. In Acacia spirocephala, each pinnule terminates into globule of parenchyma, and it's also called bells of corpuscle that are eaten by ants. So this association is called as myrmecophily. And in Mimosa pudica and Neptunia, as we discussed earlier, leaves are sensitive to touch. Now we see the unipinnate leaves in case of the Inga dulci or Petrolobium dulci, and bipinnate leaves in case of Mimosa species, and also we find the bipinnate leaves in several plants, and bipinnate leaves also observed in case of the Albigia led by Samania, Saman, etc. And when we come to the floral characters, the inflorescence usually observes cymose heads in case of Parkia, Biglobosa, Mimosa pudica, Albigia species and Acacia species. We observe the inflorescence in the form of cymose heads. And in case of Prosopis, Peptadenia, Dicrostachys, we observe the spike inflorescence. You see, the spike inflorescence is observed in case of the Dicrostachys cinerea. And racemose inflorescence is observed in case of the Adinanthera, also called as Bandi Guruvinda. And now we see cymose heads in case of the Mimosa species and cymose heads in case of Albigia Lebec, and spike inflorescence in case of the Prosopis juliflora, and spike inflorescence in case of the Dicrostachys cinerea. And floral characters are bracteate, pedicellate in case of the Adinanthera, subsessile in case of Albigia and Acacia, sessile in case of the Prosopis and Entera. Ebracteolate flowers are observed, that means bracteole is absent. Flowers are regular, actinomorphic and complete, that means all the floral parts like calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium are totally present, and they are actinomorphic. Flowers can be dissected into two equal halves in any direction, and flowers contain both androecium and gynoecium since they are called as bisexual, and flowers are perigynous and pentamerous, that means floral parts are multiples of 5, or tetramerous in case of Mimosa species like Mimosa pudica and Mimosa hamata. And flowers are arranged, floral parts are cyclic, show the cyclic arrangement, and floral parts are smaller usually. Now we see the inflorescence in case of the Mimosaceae flowers. So we see the cymose heads. This is the cymose head inflorescence in the Samania Sama. And the calyx is formed of usually 4 or 5 sepals which are united into a short tube, green colored tube. The aestivation is valvate or rarely imbricate as in Parkia. And calyx is cup shaped in Peptidenia, tubular in Entera and Xylea xylocarpa, green or petaloid as in Acacia arabica, gamosepalous or free in Parkia africana, and valvate or imbricate in case of the Parkia biglobosa, and campanulate shaped in case of Acacia albizia, and odd sepal arranged anterior or posterior in Parkia africana. So when we come to corolla characters, the corolla is also composed of 4 or 5 free petals, rarely subcornate at the base to form a short tube, for example albizia, samania, saman, and the aestivation is valvate. Corolla is gamopetalous and tubular in case of acacia and albizia. And when we come to androecium characters, androecium contains 4 free stamens in case of Mimosa pudica, and 10 free stamens are observed in case of Adenanthera, Dicrostachys, Entera, Piptidania, Prosopis, and Xylia species, and we observe usually 10 stamens which are fused to form a single bundle, that is called monadelphous in case of Parkia biglobosa, Parkia species. And in case of Acacia, we observe indefinite number of free stamens in Acacia species, and indefinite number of monadelphous stamens are observed in case of Albizia and Inga dulci. Now we see so now here we see in Albizia species indefinite number of the fused stamens forming a monadelphous condition. And filaments are usually longer than the petals, and stamens show the bithecous anthers which are arranged introrsely, that means towards inside, and anthers are tipped with the apical gland. And when we come to the gynoecium characters, gynoecium shows the monocarpellary ovary. It means it contains a single carpel, and unilocular superior ovary where ovules are arranged in marginal placentation, and one or more ovules per carpel. Style is long and filiform. Stigma is usually simple, linear or knobbed. And about the characters of the fruit, we observe legume-free fruit in case of Albizia species, and lumentaceous pod in case of Acacia species. In Entera scandens, the pod is woody, 2 to 4 feet long and 4 inches broad. And the seed is usually non-endospermic. In Inga dulci or Pithecanthropum dulci, we observe the aril, the sponge structure formed surrounding the seed. This aril is edible in case of Pithecanthropum or Inga dulci. And in several species of Acacia, the fruit is a lumentum. What is a lumentum? The fruit which is constructed between the seeds and breaks up into one-seeded segments. This fruit is called as lumentum, and the seeds are X-albuminous. In Pithecanthropum dulce, the seeds are enveloped by a pulpy, edible aril. So now we see the in case of Parkia biglobosa, the flower structure. It shows the cymo's head, Parkia biglobosa. And you see in Acacia nilotica, the lumentum fruits. And in Albizia, we see the legume fruits, which are flattened structures which open at both the sides, dorsventrally open after the formation of the fruit is called as legume fruit in case of Albizia lebec, and in case of the Leucina leucocephala, that is also commonly called as subabul. And we see the fruit, the woody fruit in case of the Entera pecioloides. It is woody, flat and very long. And you see the pulpy aril in case of the Inga dulce. Here the seeds are enveloped by the sponge-like structure, edible structure called aril. Some of the important plants of the family in Acacia: Acacia catachu, Acacia consina, Acacia campbelli, Acacia decarens, Acacia ferruginea, Acacia holosericea, Acacia leucocephala, Acacia mangium, Acacia melanoxylon, Acacia nilotica, Acacia senegal, Acacia spirocephala, Acacia victori, Adenanthera pavonia, and Albizia amara, Albizia lebec, and Dicrostachys cinerea, Entera pecioloides, Inga dulce or Pithecanthropum dulce, Leucina leucocephala, Mimosa pudica, Mimosa rubicalis, Neptunia valeracea, Parkia roxburghi, Parkia biglobosa, Peptidania adhensis, Prosopis juliflora, Prosopis spicigera, Samania salmon, Xylia xylocarpa, etc. And we see Acacia consina, Acacia spirocephala, Acacia catachu, Acacia senegal, and Acacia mangium. And we also see Samania saman, Xylia xylocarpa. So now we also see the economic importance of the family. Most of the family members are useful. They are the producers of the timber. Many species of the acacia they yield timber. Acacia nilotica, it is also commonly called as babul or nallatumma, and Acacia catachu, it is also commonly called as kadira or kaviri, and kachu, Acacia catachu is also commonly called as kachu, which is used along with the betel leaves, and Acacia leucocephala is also called commonly as tellatumma, and Albizia lebec, it is also commonly called as Ceres or Dracena, and Acacia Albizia procera is also called as Tella chinduga, and Albizia odoratissima is also called as chinduga. Xylocarpa commonly called as Konda Tangedu or Chinnangi, and these are the usually timber yielding plants. And there are some plants which yield tannins and gums. For example, Acacia nilotica and Acacia catechu, the bark yields tannins which are used in the leather industry for tanning. And also Acacia nilotica, Acacia senegal, these plants are rich source of valuable gum. So Acacia nilotica, Acacia senegal. Acacia nilotica is a tumma, nalla tumma. So they yield a valuable gum. And some of the edible plants of the family include the aerial of Pithecanthropum dulce is edible, and the wood of Acacia catechu yields catechu or caoutchouc of commerce, which is used in medicines and eaten with betel leaves. And there are certain ornamental plants in the family, and they are Mimosa pudica. It is sensitive to touch, also commonly called as touch me not. And Lucina leucocephala, it is an ornamental, and also it yields valuable wood pulp in paper industry, commonly called as subabul. And Acacia nilotica is also an ornamental plant. Acacia farnacea, scented tumma, and Acacia sinuata. It yields Acacia sinuata yields Sekai. It is a shampoo yielding plant, and it is also very useful in preventing chundru and dandruff. Acacia auriculiformis is also an ornamental plant, commonly called as Australian tumma. And Albizia lebec is the famous avenue tree, commonly called Diricina. Diricina or Albizia lebec is the most famous avenue tree. And Albizia odoratissima is a fragrant albizia. And Samania saman is also one of the common avenue trees called Nidraganneru. And now we come to systematic position of the family. Bentham and Hooker kept the family Leguminaceae in the order Rosales due to the presence of perigenous flowers and absence of syncarpy. So they recognized three subfamilies: Papilionoideae, Cisalpinoideae, Mimosaideae, based on the differences between Andrecium and Corolla, but kept them under a single family due to basic similarities in the features of the Gynoecium, like the monocarpellary and unilocular ovary. And however, Hutchinson, Stebbins, and Dahlgren treated the family Leguminaceae as an order Leguminalis, and this order includes three independent families: Mimosaceae, Cisalpinaceae, and Papilionaceae. So, following ICPN rules, the order name was changed to Fabaceae and Papilionaceae as Fabaceae under Thorncrest system. So, according to Bentham and Hooker system of classification, they treated this Mimosoideae as subfamily and classified under the natural order or the family Leguminosae, cohort Rosales. That means cohort means order Rosales, and series Caliciflorae, subclass Polypetalae, class Dicotyledone, and division Phanerotame. And according to Engler and Prandtl system of classification, it is treated as subfamily Mimosaidae here also, and as per Engler and Prandtl system, and they classified this subfamily Mimosaidae under the family Leguminaceae, order Rosalis, subclass Archiclamidae class Dicotyledone. Subdivision Angiospermae and division Embryophyta Cypnogamy or Spermatophyta. So the evolutionary sequence of the three families as per the recent taxonomists, these three subfamilies of Bentham-Hooker system and Engel-Plantel system, that is Papilionidae, Cisalpinidae and Mimosaidae, are treated as three independent families, and the evolutionary sequence of these three families varied in the list of different taxonomies. Bentham and Hooker proposed the evolutionary sequence as Papilionaceae, Cisalpinaceae and Mimosaceae, whereas Hutchinson considered Cisalpinaceae as the most primitive family as it is very close to Rosaceae. Cronquist considered Fabaceae or Papilionaceae as most advanced and Mimosaceae as the most primitive in the order Fabaceae. Now the most recent system of classification called APG system, that is Angiosperm Phylogeny group. There are four groups, like four updated versions like APG1, APG2, APG3 and APG4, the most recent system proposed in 2016. And APG system of classification recognizes family Fabaceae equivalent to Leguminaceae in the order Fabales of subgroup 1, Urosids, 1 of monophyletic familial group, 3 APG group, Eudicots and Rosids. So here, as per the APG system of classification, this are treated as subfamilies. Papilionidae or Faboidae, Cisalpinoidae and Mimosaidae are treated as subfamilies under the family Fabaceae, or also called Leguminaceae. And the similarities among the three families or subfamilies Papilionaceae or Papilionidae subfamily, Cisalpinaceae or Cisalpinoidae subfamily, Mimosaceae or Mimosaidae subfamily. Or in the among these three, we observe certain similarities like leaves are alternate and leaf base is pulvinate. And we usually observe the racemose inflorescence except in Mimosaceae where cymose head is prevalent. And flowers are usually bracteate, bisexual, perigynous and pentamerous. And odd sepal is anterior in position. Androecium of diplostemonous origin but showing many variations. And one of the most important character is monocarpellary unilocular gynoecium with marginal placentation. And there are certain differences like in Fabaceae we usually observe the papilionaceous corolla and which shows the descendingly imbricate aestivation, but in case of the Cisalpinaceae, corolla shows 5 free petals with the ascendingly imbricate aestivation, and in case of the Mimosaceae, corolla shows 4 or 5 petals subconnate at the base, valvate aestivation. In case of the Fabaceae, stamens are 10, which shows either diadelphous or monadelphous condition. In case of the Cisalpinaceae, stamens are 10, but all of them are free in 2 or 5 plus 5, and usually staminodes are present in case of the Acacia species. And in case of the Mimosaceae, usually 4 stamens are observed in case of the Mimosa species, and 10 are numerous stamens which are arranged freely and brightly colored in case of the Albizia and Samania saman species. Okay, thank you.